Before you sleep tonight, your mind is still listening. What you carry into the night shapes what you wake up to. Peace is not automatic, it is created with intention. And prayer is where that peace begins. There is a moment every day that most people overlook, a quiet moment, a still moment, a moment before you close your eyes and surrender to sleep. And what you do in that moment matters more than you realize. Because the state you enter sleep with becomes the state you wake up with, your mind does not simply turn off. It continues processing. It continues reinforcing what you were thinking, feeling, and believing. So if you go to sleep with stress, you wake up with tension. If you go to sleep with worry, you wake up with anxiety. But if you go to sleep with peace, you wake up with clarity. And that is why prayer before sleep is powerful, because it allows you to reset your mind, to release what you carried throughout the day, to align yourself with something greater than your circumstances. Now, understand this prayer is not just words. It is connection. It is alignment. It is communication between you and your Creator, and that connection has power. Power to calm your thoughts. Power to shift your perspective. Power to strengthen your spirit. Now let's talk about the mind, because your mind is constantly active. Throughout the day, it absorbs information, conversations, experiences, emotions. And if you don't process those things, they stay with you, they build up, they create stress, they create confusion, and over time, they affect your decisions. But prayer allows you to release that weight. It allows you to let go of what you cannot control, and that release creates peace. Now, here's something important. Peace is not the absence of problems. It is the presence of trust. Trust that everything will work out. Trust that you are guided. Trust that you are protected. And that trust is strengthened through prayer. Now let's talk about reflection, because before sleep, your mind naturally reflects on the day. What went right? What went wrong? What you said? What you did? And without intention, that reflection can become negative. You replay mistakes. You focus on problems. You relive stress. But prayer changes that. It shifts your focus. It helps you see lessons instead of failures, growth instead of mistakes, opportunity instead of problems. Now here's the truth. Your thoughts shape your reality, not instantly, but over time. What you think repeatedly becomes what you believe, and what you believe influences how you act. So if your thoughts are negative, your actions will reflect that. But if your thoughts are aligned with peace and purpose, your actions will follow. Now let's talk about gratitude, because gratitude is one of the most powerful parts of prayer. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, your perspective changes, your energy changes, your mindset changes, and that shift creates positivity even in difficult situations. Now here's something powerful. What you feed your mind before sleep matters, because your subconscious mind becomes active during sleep. It processes, it reinforces, it organizes. So if you feed it fear, it strengthens fear. If you feed it faith, it strengthens faith. And prayer is how you feed your mind with faith. Now let's talk about consistency. Because prayer is not about one moment, it is about habit, daily connection, daily alignment, daily reset. And over time, that habit creates transformation. Now imagine going to sleep every night with peace. Waking up every morning with clarity, approaching each day with confidence, that is possible, but it requires intention. Now here's the shift. You must stop ending your day with distraction, scromming, noise, negativity, and start ending your day with purpose, Ron, gratitude, prayer, because how you end your day influences how you begin the next. Now let's talk about discipline, because building this habit requires discipline. It requires you to choose peace over distraction, to choose reflection over avoidance, to choose prayer over noise, and those choices create change. Now understand this. You don't need perfect words. You don't need a perfect structure. You just need honesty. Speak from your heart, express your thoughts, relish your burdens, and that is enough. Now, here's the most important truth. Prayer is not about changing everything around you. It is about changing what is within you, your mindset, your perspective, your peace. And when those things change, your life begins to change because you start making better decisions, you start seeing opportunities, you start acting with clarity. So don't underestimate this moment, this quiet moment before sleep, because it has power. The power to reset your mind, the power to strengthen your faith, the power to prepare you for tomorrow. So tonight, before you sleep, pause, deflect, pray, and allow that moment to transform you.